making sure economic development was a strong component of our leadership. It's a journey we undertook roughly around 5 years ago now.
We're making roughly about $2 million a year, and in 5 years from now that could easily be $10 million. Some of that money goes back into the community, some of it goes into investing in other business which produces other opportunities. And so we've done a lot of work in the last 5 years that people just haven't seen because it's not very visual, but we're here now.
I saw the Stz'uminus First Nation look at the opportunity with Fortis and put together a partnership that is going to do a lot of things for them. It's a long-term investment and it's going to pay big dividends for years to come. Secondly, they opened up all kinds of opportunities with training and development on that project. Using those skills, I know that the folks have then been able to go out in the greater community and have good paying jobs and skills that's going to help them for a number of years to come.
There's a large skill set involved and it's difficult to find them.
My name is Jim Dickinson. I'm part of the Holland Creek Partnership. We're estimating with a 140-acre development site between 5 and 7 years for a complete build-out. They'll be able to take it from the initial planning stages right through to completion and progress through the trades or through the management end as the project moves along.
The opportunities are going to be there, but we need skilled people, and so we're going to need, trucks, we're going to need equipment, we're going to need CAT operators, we're going to need people, that can put in the services. So we got to put water and sewer in here. And then after that, we're going to build houses. And so, all of the trades that are involved in that. So, like everyone I know has been asking about where are the jobs, well, they're coming. So we're going to be involved in the construction economy here, but we'll also be involved in that economy in Oyster Bay.
I see this partnering as a fantastic opportunity for the First Nations to take it to the next step. We know that they're not waiting for treaty to solve the problems, that they see they have some great opportunity because they have a great location there with a new Oyster Bay. And that partnership is going to help drive the local economy.
And then we're working on another opportunity at Slag Point, which is more of a resort deal. We're going to be one of the biggest developers / construction companies in the Central Valley. And people don't realize it, like we're there. We have the opportunity.
Stz'uminus Southland. Heidsepka, Quatit, Zetel, Namet, Tetanachwale, Antepet, Atamalt, Tenitzen, Atl, Stz'uminus. My English name is Luke Marston and I'm a Coast Salish artist. When I drive by and see the billboards in the four corners and see the progression just in the last few years, it's pretty exciting to me. I consider myself an entrepreneur with my art and doing what I do. And I feel that the doors are open for individuals.
I see the vision and what direction that they're trying to go. And my hope is that we are able to get to work towards the ventures that we've set out, and not just resources and lands, but also to work at some of the other businesses that are coming our way.
Taking on big business opportunities like this takes a lot of education and a lot of dedication as far as knowing exactly what kind of business plans to put together and how to do that. So I think for myself, I have to ask what are my goals and what are my opportunities for myself and what do I know?
And I explain that to students too. We want you to achieve.
I used to depend on the beach to make a living, to get food from. And now you go down here and it's not that easy anymore. So that's why I gave it up. And I work on carving to make my living.
I see more and more that they're starting to move forward in that and starting to look at, okay, what am I supposed to do after graduation? The doors are open now. What can I look at for myself? And I encourage them, find something you like to do. Find something that when you wake up in the morning, you want to go to do that job.
I love what I'm doing so much. And if I can make a business out of this, or if I can go to school and master my techniques, and then I would be happy to teach other younger generations.
As parents and leaders of this community, have to guide them and ask them, which direction do you want to go? What's going to make you happy and fulfill your life and what you want to do?
Like, I have a son, he's going to be 13 years old, and I would like to tell him about that, ask him what his interests are when he grows up. And this isn't just for him, this is for everyone. Train for it, master their technique on what they want to become, and they can make a career out of it. I think that's a very important thing for everyone. And just need some trust in there.
I think that it's natural for us to feel that fear of moving forward, but I also think that the remedy to that is to be self-educated about what's going on. You know, there's lots of different opportunities for us to get involved, whether it be through natural resources or housing or even tourism.
Having a look at Mount Hayes and going to the LNG project today, now I can bring that back to our students, let them know what kind of jobs are out there for them. And as a principal, we decided to do a tour of 3 universities so far, and we plan on adding another one to that, which is BCIT. Again, just giving them the idea of what these institutions are and how important it is for them when it comes to our community and making a connection to have a job in the future.
And I see more people, they know they need to get the education now. They know they got to get training. And they got to find out, where can I get my training? Where do I go?
I continue to press forward and to ask, you know, the chief and council and other individuals and Ray Goche and many others of, you know, how I can move forward and be prosperous.
Do we go see a counselor in VIU? Or do we go see a friendship center? Is there somebody in our community that knows more?
And I think we have to not be afraid to go ahead and ask those questions, because truly that's what they're there for, is to help us and to help the people and to help educate us on what these opportunities are.
I never used to believe in trying to find a way to better myself and my health.
As leadership, we said nobody gets left behind. So we're going to keep them involved, keep encouraging the community, right from young to old, our elders, parents, youth, to the children.
Really build that future for yourselves the way you want it to be, not the way anyone else wants it to be.
There's so many opportunities. If you want something, there's so many people willing and wanting to help you succeed to get where you want to go. It's just up to you as a person. If you want to go there, there's nothing that can stop you.
Vancouver Island University recognizes the important transitions that are happening in our economy. Fundamental to the evolution of the Mid-Island economy and the social prosperity of the region for all the people that live here is going to be education and investing in the types of things that provide an opportunity for us to think about how we can help the world. When you think about protein from the sea in this world, and you think about our beautiful BC coast, we've got a huge responsibility. It's got the capacity to develop an incredible level of protein that people around the world are very, very interested in, whether it be in shellfish, whether it be in the different types of developments in fisheries, wild fishery, hatcheries, finfish, aquaculture.
I've really seen the Stz'uminus First Nation's perception in the community change. Recently, they gave a presentation to the Vancouver Island Economic Alliance Summit, and they outlined their plans for development at Oyster Bay. People really came away understanding that they are a forward-looking people, that they want to take charge of their own destiny, they have some economic opportunities, and they want to move forward with partners in the community.
I know First Nations are going to be leading this, and Stz'uminus is one that I think is going to be able to provide that type of opportunity for leadership, because they're talking about a self-sufficient nation, and the community is going to be educated, they're going to educate themselves, they're accepting responsibility for this, and indeed are going to be able to provide leadership in ways that are going to be felt around the world.
There's a lot of excitement, there's a lot of enthusiasm for our community. Other people from the outside are looking into seeing what we're doing, and they're asking questions. How are we doing what we're doing? And starting to make our own revenue. And
so many nations are watching us what we're doing because of how fast we're moving and developing, land development and housing development and other opportunities. This is an opportunity as a nation how we can train our people to be ready for all this and go help other nations.
So I'm really excited for our community. I think we have a bright future ahead of us. We're just in the beginning stages of this, and looking at some of this stuff and picturing it myself, it makes me happy that my children are going to have something for when they get older as well. We believe so much in economic development that we think that it's going to be the answer to funding elders, youth, the roads, infrastructure, housing, all that kind of stuff.
We got to guide them and show if they want to be a lawyer, nurse, doctor, and show them, is this what you want? This is the stuff that you need to get this job over here.
And I encourage them, what are you looking at? Are you going to be happy with this kind of job or that kind of job? And they start to look at that, do you want a car? Do you want a house? What do you want for your future?
Right now, the questions are coming up. More people are getting involved in these community meetings. They want to know what's going to benefit everyone.
I think what makes a great community is the people that are in the community. We have to think as one and have a tight connection with each other, changing attitudes towards how we raise our children and how we educate our children, and having more goals for our children while they're growing up.
We are people who protect our land and waters for future generation, as our ancestors did, and we have to keep that up in respect for our elders that held this land for us. That's why you need to get your education and carry on. That's what they fought for.
I think there's a big responsibility for us as, Stz'uminus First Nations to walk outside, and these are the exact grounds that our ancestors have walked on for thousands of years. And we don't want to lose that to anyone, and I don't think we will, as long as, like I said, we're in the driver's seat and we take control of this opportunity.
Strive for the stars. What you want to do, look at it and set your goals and work towards that, because it's achievable.
This reserve's moving forward, and we're not used to it, and we're making a big jump.
I got a grandson, I got granddaughters. I want to see them come up to something a lot better than what we have now.
So I think within the next generation, they'll see the benefits of the economic development and the ventures that our nation's going to take on now. I don't expect us to see it right away, because it takes time to build.
It will pay off, and there's going to be jobs right in their backyard.
Our band is going to be noticed and really give them that sense of pride.
It's going to be insane, especially when it comes to jobs and land availability. Like, sky's the limit.
Within 2 to 5 years, I think that discouragement will be gone. And we're going to make this step. We're moving together, because we're all family, and we all work together, and we can all move forward.
This is my workshop. I spend most of my time. When I retired from work, I was going to do it for pastime. The first one I'd done, I went like that. Then I started getting orders from other reserves, so I had to find cedar to make them a canoe. We got quite a few people living in town. The kids are the ones that really need it, the ones that got to get into it. Some say I'm too old, they don't listen to me anymore. I want to make it better than, the day before. When it gets down to the finish, you want to see what it's going to look like.
And one of these days when it's complete, I hope to see the kids working with their education. Maybe they'll be running the business. They'll be just coming together to bring things forward, and it's a big goal, and it's a big step Stz'uminus has taken.
I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a cop. I want to be a cop. I want to be a teacher. I want to be a doctor.